Hey, what's up? So in today's video, I kind of want to take a little bit of a break from talking about cameras and lenses and microphones and instead talk to you a little bit about some of the gear that I use to edit my videos. For me, having a space so I can edit efficiently is really important. As you all know, I do YouTube full time, and my wife and I, when we moved here to Texas, we moved into a pretty small apartment, so I kind of had to carve out a little space to kind of dub my creative corner. But today, I kind of wanted to show you some of the kind of budget-friendly upgrades that I've done to really make my entire editing process a lot smoother. And later, I'm going to talk to you about this chair, which has probably been the biggest improvement to my editing workflow. So one thing that I really wanted to improve with my whole editing station was my monitor. So I wanted a budget option that could just give me a bigger screen, good color reproduction, and just be mounted to a VESA mount. So I went with this LG 24-inch monitor. This is a QHD monitor, so not 4K, but honestly, QHD is perfectly fine for doing most video editing tasks. And this actually covers, I believe, 100% of the sRGB range, which is rad. Then just get it calibrated. I use a SpiderX Pro calibration unit with the Display Cal software, and then just adding a bias light to your monitor is going to help you perceive contrast and color a little bit better. And boom, you have a pretty inexpensive video editing monitor that can give you really good color reproduction, and it's going to be a lot easier to edit on than a MacBook screen. Speaking of video editing, I do want to thank the sponsor of today's video, which is Film Convert. Now, if you haven't heard of Film Convert before, it is a film emulation and color grading software that's available for Adobe Premiere, DaVinci Resolve, and Final Cut Pro. I've used Film Convert Nitrate in some capacity on almost every single one of my videos, and something that Film Convert also makes is a plugin called Cinematch, which can basically take the log footage of almost any camera and switch it into the color space of a different camera, and then work with it from there. What's really cool is that if my viewers use the link in the description below, you'll get 10% off Film Convert or Cinematch. What's really cool is that Film Convert is having a Black Friday sale. So on top of that 10% off, you'll get even more savings. So if you're ever on the fence on getting either one of these plugins, this is definitely your sign to follow that link in the description below and take advantage of this great deal. Once again, big thanks to Film Convert for sponsoring this video. All right, so now let's talk about some of the budget-friendly peripherals that I've been using recently. And since my MacBook Pro is docked and I don't have access to my webcam anymore, I got this super inexpensive Aukey 1080p webcam. And what I really like is that it actually has a 1/4-20 mount on the bottom, so I can actually just put this on a tripod and record webcam-like video from different angles and locations. I've been pretty content with the image that I've gotten out of this. I've actually used this webcam when I've been on a few podcasts. I think this is only like 20 or 30 bucks, and it's just plug and play, just plugs in via USB, and it's pretty good. I like it. All right, next up is a set of headphones that I've really been liking. My dog Kevin destroyed my monitor headphones, so I wanted to pick up something that I could not only use to mix my audio with, but also take on location and use to monitor my sound. So these are actually the Koss Sportapros. Now, these are kind of like the legendary Koss Portapros. They are just a little more sleek. They're all black, and they are pretty cheap. They're only like 25 bucks, I think, and they actually sound really, really good, especially for the price. These aren't going to blow you away as far as sound quality. They're pretty retro, you know, pretty old school. I like them. They sound really good. They're on-ear headphones, obviously, and they fold up really small, so you can just kind of throw them right in your backpack and you won't even know that they're there. All right, last but not least is these Western Digital hard drives. Now, I've been using these Western Digital 2TB hard drives for a few years now, and they haven't failed me. I would definitely say to look into like a RAID system or something like that for like long-term storage, but if you're just like archiving your stuff, which is what I do, as soon as I'm done with the project, I'll just archive it on a hard drive like this and then store it away. I really like these Western Digital hard drives. They're pretty cheap and they get the job done. So if you've watched any of my other desk videos, you'll know that I use the PreSonus Aris E3.5s as my audio monitoring solution. And what's really nice about those is that they're pretty inexpensive and they give pretty good sound reproduction. I don't have them on any risers or anything just because this desk really doesn't accommodate it. And I'm still using the inexpensive Bluetooth keyboard for my MacBook Pro, as well as the Logitech MX Master 3 mouse. What you might be wondering is, where's my MacBook? Well, actually, instead of having it sit and live on top of my desk, I actually mounted it under my desk. And what that does is it frees up a lot of my desktop space. It should keep pretty good airflow on my MacBook because there's nothing under it. And in my opinion, it's just a much more convenient way to dock my MacBook Pro. It's under my desk, out of sight, out of mind. And when I'm traveling or I need it for some reason, I can just unplug my monitor and my USB hub and boom, I have a laptop again. So I really like how clean and minimal it makes my entire desktop space. It's been really convenient and it just makes my entire desk seem a lot less cluttered. Okay, now let's talk about this chair. I've been really excited to share my thoughts on this chair. This is a Steelcase V2 Leap chair, and this was graciously sent to me by the good people at Crandall Office Furniture. So they recommended this Steelcase V2 Leap chair because it's very ergonomic and there's a lot of things that you can customize on this chair. So a few of the things that I really like, besides this being insanely comfortable, is the lumbar support, the adjustable armrests, which are perfect when I'm editing because I can raise them just high enough to support my elbows. So I'm going to leave a link to Crandall's website in the description below. They have a huge selection of great office furniture and amazing customer service. So be sure to click that link and check out some of Crandall's office furniture. And I would definitely recommend checking out this Steelcase V2 Leap chair. I really like it. So those are the upgrades that I made to my little creative corner. And I definitely think that even if you're in a smaller apartment like me, you can kind of carve out a little space for yourself that you can still feel creatively inspired, but also work efficiently. And if you'd like to see the first video that I did on this series, you can click right over there. And if you want a little bit more office inspiration, you can click on this video. Thank you so much for watching. Big thanks to Film Convert for sponsoring this video and to Crandall for sending me out this really awesome chair. Anyways, I'll catch you all next time. Later.